Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elias and welcome back to Stoneblock 2. In the last episode, we started working with Applied Energistics. We got the inscriber, which is set up over here. I was like, where is it? We have all the inscriber presses. We have the crystal growth accelerator. And basically, we are ready to start working on making an Applied Energistics system, which would be super nice. This center room is going to be our Applied Energistics area. We're going to have the controller in the center and it's going to be rounded. It's going to look really cool, I hope, if I can make it look cool. But we got to get to that point first. So today, our goal is a couple things. One, we're going to make a better version of power than this basic energy cube, which is going to be kind of complicated, but also not. The generator is what produces the power. I don't want to feed this coal all the time. We're also going to make a couple machines to making Applied Energistics stuff a little bit easier. And we're going to try to, make a good bit of stuff with that. So we're going to need a Emmy Drive. We're going to need a monitor, a crafting terminal. We're going to need we're going to just go ahead and use the controller. So we're going to get an Emmy Controller and the actual disk drives. So that is kind of the plan. Applied Energistics is complicated, but it's not that complicated. It's pretty it's pretty obvious what most of it is, and what most of it does and how most of it works. There's a couple things that's a little weird, but we'll get to those later. So, yeah, as you can see, I've upgraded some diamond stiffened meshes. We have 4 of those now. And yeah, we need to get to work. So, first things first, we're breaking this. That's going to give us a bunch of cobblestone, which I don't really care about. We're just going to dump in there. By the way, I've been mining a couple of times, and I got some Infernium, which was a quest. So let's go ahead and complete that. Infernium Essence, it's going to give us a random reward. And we'll get to more stuff later. Silk Road. Oh, so it requires string. We'll get to more of that stuff later. So we got an exchanging gadget. Cool. Probably something I won't use. But yeah, so we have a Cobblestone Generator here, and we're going to upgrade it with a little bit of iron. And we're also going to upgrade our tools just a little bit. So we're going to put luck on our pickaxe. So Cobblestone Generator tier 2 just requires a little bit of iron. And if we go to the tool forge, we can throw our iron pickaxe in here, put some lapis, and give it luck. Now I have a good bit of lapis over there, so I'm not worried about that. But Cobblestone Generator 2, tier 2, gives us quite a bit more cobblestone per tick. Makes 1 cobblestone every 20 ticks versus the tier 1 makes every 40 ticks. So it's twice as quick. And that is the first step. So as you can see, I've got a lot of things over here. By the way, I did not get the ancient spores. Didn't really try to be perfectly honest. But we're going to do some different things to get the things that I needed from the ancient spores. But we did complete another quest. So let's get our random reward. So it makes 1 cobblestone every second, roughly. And that made my life a lot easier. We just got an Emmy Drive, which is something we were going to be making today anyways. So I don't have to make that right now. We can go ahead and get the random reward from that. Black Lotus. That is a nice reward, but not something we're going to use anytime soon. So yeah, the Emmy Drive was going to cost us some Flux cable, which we've made. Nothing too major there. And engineering processors, so it saved me 2 diamonds. Not bad. So we're just going to take that off for right now. So what we're going to work on right now is power. And the way we're going to make power is actually with this guy, the Crucible. So here is the thing with the Crucible. These things are really good. We can throw some lava in there, but yeah, there's better ways to power these than with lava. Lava is actually really bad. Fire, just normal fire, netherrack on fire is better to use. So we're going to use something that's even better than all of that. We're going to use the Cobblestone Generator to constantly make lava, and we're going to use that lava to power a Magmatic Dynamo, which we're going to make. It's not too complicated, so nothing too major there. Now, with this lava in the stone barrel, we can make some skystone, which we are going to need. We're going to need 4 skystone. So let's go ahead and do that. Get a little bit of Skystone Dust, which I thought I had. Uh-oh. Do I not? Oh, is it in here? No. Skystone Dust. How do I get that? I know it is a sifting thing. It is a 4% chance from dust. Okay. So, luckily I do have a lot of dust. Oh, there it is. So we need 4 of these. And to make the actual skystone, we just take these and throw them in here with some lava. Nothing major. The first thing we need to do, this is going to be weird, we're going to get 9 of our uranium ore, and we're going to smelt them down. And that is going to produce for us, hopefully, didn't think to look at that yet. Hopefully that smelts down before the lava runs out. And what we're going to do with this uranium is make plutonium. Now, to make plutonium, we need to make cyanite. And to make cyanite, we need sand and uranium. So that will be taken care of very quickly. And we just need to grab some sand, which I do have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We just need 8 of them. And the uranium pouring out. Perfect. Whew. Still have 150 lava left. So why are we making plutonium? Plutonium isn't even something that we can use right now. It's used for extreme reactors, and it is it's a power source. It's not particularly useful otherwise, right? Well, not exactly. So if we make the cyanite, oh, it's 8 each. We need a lot more. So there is 1 plutonium. We need a lot more. I don't know if I have enough. I did not look at that. So the reason why we're using the plutonium is because it is a heat source for the Crucible. And this is probably going to yell at me a little bit. But it's one of the best heat sources. Now, we could also just use a block of uranium. And I think that's what we're going to use with this one. So that we can make just a little bit more lava. And if we put the Cobblestone Generator right there. Does it have to be above? Not like that. Will it actually insert into here? No. Okay, so that's something we'll have to kind of keep in mind. But yeah, this is really quick. It does 20 per tick. So that makes lava very quickly. And we just need to get some more lava to get the stuff going. So we're gonna need more sand first of all. So cobblestone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's about a stack. We'll just go ahead and hammer this down. And I'm probably going to need to go grab more uranium. Now, we can sift for uranium, I do believe. So let's look at uranium. Is it a siftable? No. The only way to get it is to... Yellowite ore would also work, and I've seen some of that. Okay, so Yellowite is no W. Yellowite ore might Yellorium blocks Yellowite ore. So it doesn't use Yellorium at all. Okay, good to know. What does the Yellorium chicken then give? Uranium. Okay. That works for me. So let's get the sand, compressed dirt, and there is the sand. So we're gonna need a bunch of sand, but we can at the very least turn a bunch of this into lava, and we can make the Skystone Dust into the Skystone. And I believe in order to make the controller, we do need Skystone blocks to be cooked. So the next one we'll go ahead and cook. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got a little bit more uranium. Once that's done cooking, we'll continue trying to work towards the plutonium block. But I don't know if that's going to be worth it for right now. So we'll just kind of stick with the uranium. And we have the Skystone. Okay. So in order to make the lava, we're going to need to do something a little bit different. We're going to need to transport items. And I have mechanical pipes. That is for liquid. So we're going to need a transporter pipe. Basic logistical transporter. And you know what? Let's go with the advanced. So in order to make these, it's actually not that difficult. So we're going to need 2 enriched alloys, which is just redstone. It is 10 redstone and a piece of iron. So that is literally just 1 redstone and a piece of iron. Now for the mechanical pipes, we need a bucket and 2 steel. So there is 3 more iron. And for the logistical transporters, which is for items, we need a basic control circuit, which is a piece of osmium with a single redstone. So we have an enrichment chamber. We can make this stuff. And I believe I have some steel. We can go ahead and make a bucket. This is going to transport lava. And then this one will give us the, once I have the control circuit, will give us the logistical transporter. So, yeah, nothing too difficult there. And do we have any more universal cables? We do. Part of me wants to move some stuff. All right, let's go ahead and pick this up. And we're going to put the induction smelter down here. Let's move our torch to like up here. And let's move this stuff. We can pick up this guy. So metallurgic confuser can go there. And we'll have the dynamo be here. So this side needs to be on input. Dynamo will be here, so we'll have the mechanical pipe. So we'll be able to do this. So basic logistical transporters into advanced. Now the only real difference is they move more. So for example, the basic mechanical pipes capacity is 100 millibuckets per tick, pump rate is 100, and it ups it to 4,000 millibuckets a tick, or 4 buckets capacity, and 400 millibuckets per tick for the transportation. So that is kind of the idea. So we need to make our actual generator, and we honestly need to move this. So let's just pick up the chest. Of course, it's the last one I pick up. Put that over there. Inscriber presses, most of the stuff we're just going to go ahead and put in here. And we don't need the generator anymore. So what we'll have is Cobblestone Generator here with a with the Crucible underneath it. Let's see, it has lava in it, so we'll break this, we'll break that, we can also grab our Skystone. And we need to clean up our inventory just a little bit more. So those go away and those go away. So the Skystone we can keep. So we put the block of uranium down with the Crucible underneath it and the advanced mechanical pipe, like so. Now can I connect to this at all? No. So that is unfortunate, but it'd be better if I used the right thing. Now the question is, I cannot, we need to make another thing. And this thing requires power, so it's a little bit more annoying. So we need a configurator. This is mechanisms like, it's mechanisms wrench, and it requires an energy tablet. So we're gonna need 2, 3, 4 more of the iron and redstone. Let's just go grab some supplies. So 4 more. We're gonna need at least 3 gold for that, a lapis, and a stick. I think we can handle this. And this thing does require power as well, which is a little bit of an annoyance. I was hoping not to need to make it, but apparently we do. So we need to throw those in there and let that run. We need a little bit more redstone and a piece of lapis. Okay, so while we're waiting on that, how bad is this to make? Invar gear, we need 1, 2, 3, 6 Invar, 2 iron, a silver, and 3 redstone, plus a little bit of stone. So 3 redstone. Do we have any silver smelted up? I don't think so. It'd be over here if we did. Man, I can't wait to have an Applied Energistics system. And what we'll do is we'll kind of have like cables going to all the different areas. It's kind of complex how we need to set things up, but we'll get to that later. So we're going to need a stone gear. Let's see. No, not that. This guy. Stone gear. Turn that into an Invar gear. 2 Invar. Some iron. Like so. We're also going to need silver. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 silver, and this is what the lava is for. I kind of forgot. We need to fill that up. So that'll make some silver. Silver shouldn't take too long to smelt up. And we should have everything we need for the configurator. So I believe it's like this. An energy tablet, stick, and lapis. Configurator. It does require power. We can get some power from this guy. We don't need that much. And it has different modes. So configure items. So I believe shift clicking pull. I don't want to change the color. Okay, let's break it for a second. So unfortunately this is a little bit too good. But we can just pull and it will keep the stone there and it will constantly try to fill it up. So that is, I guess, fine. We could probably use a lower tier. You know, let's switch these out. And that should be fine. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be. But basically right now it's producing too much cobblestone that we're not using. So we do need to fix that. And this is a fairly like just basic setup, nothing too major. Let's grab this silver, and we can make the transmission coil, and we can come back over here and make the Magmatic Dynamo. So this guy should now have a bunch of lava. We can put this not like that, like so, and we just need to change the mode on this, which I don't remember how to do. There we go. Shift M, and configure this to pull, and now we are producing power, presumably. It's not much power, but it is going up. We can see in the top. So we are getting power from this, and this is completely and utterly automatic. We never really have to worry about this thing. The only thing we might want to do is speed this up with Plutonium, which would be 30 lava per tick, and we can always get more dynamos, but this is free power. Eventually we might make a better system for this, but for now this is going to work for our power needs. It also makes a complete mess of my inventory, but oh well. So now we can get into other things. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make an atomic reconstructor. This is just iron, a little bit of black quartz, and redstone. Let's get a bunch of redstone in my inventory. And that's pretty much all it is. So luckily this is a pretty simple, straightforward thing to make. And you can throw the silver in there. Grab more redstone. Do we have any black quartz? No. So we're going to have to smelt up a black quartz. And we're going to make this atomic reconstructor. Now, why would we want to make this? Well, it's going to allow us to turn sand into soul sand. And for right now, that is the easiest way to do this. It's also going to allow us to turn rotten flesh into leather, which could be useful later. And this is just kind of a basic early game type of thing. We need 4 sticks. Just so that we can get a little bit of nether quartz. Because that is the big thing that we need. And so this is very easy to make. We are going to want a button. And I believe we need a redstone torch. So nothing too complex here. But we do need to set this up. And it looks like this is leaking. I might have to fix that. Let's disable it for right now. This is full of lava. There is plenty of lava everywhere. I just need to stop getting more cobblestone in my inventory. Okay. So the atomic reconstructor, I guess we'll just put it right here. And it is on deactivation mode. We need to right click to turn it to pulse, put a button on it, and now if we throw, let's throw 16 sand in front of it. Hit the button. It shoots a laser, and it turned 5 of those into soul sand, which we can then sift to get nether quartz. And nether quartz is what we need to make flux crystals, and that is really important for Applied Energistics. So, perfect. The next thing we need to do is get pure flux crystals. Let's go ahead and make the engineering processor. So we're going to need to make, let's see, we're going to need to make one of those. You need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to need 6 of these guys. Unfortunately, so we put the inscriber press and our ingredients, but it can only make 1 at a time. Also, that used a lot of power. So let's make a little bit more flux crystals. And hopefully we don't have to do too much more. We'll see. But this is going to be the 4. Alright, so we have 4 crystals, and we're going to make an enrichment chamber next so that we can make the pure crystals a lot easier. Now, normally with the pure crystals, you need to throw them with, you need to make Flux dust and sand to make a seed. You throw it in a puddle of water and then you wait. It takes forever. However, we could just use an enrichment chamber, and we could either use Flux dust or the actual Flux crystals, which unfortunately is a 1-to-1, to make pure crystals. So in order to do that, we are going to need a steel casing. We need glass and osmium. I don't think I have any glass sitting around. And then we're also going to need 2 basic controls. So that is 2 more osmium and 2 redstone. So nothing too major there. 2 osmium, 2 redstone, and we'll go ahead and just do this for a little bit. Shift M, get it back to configurate items. Okay, that is a really big problem. A way I could probably fix that. Let's not push. Okay, let's just break this again. Let's not push, and instead let's pull from the bottom. Will that work? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But we can put that stuff away. We have our basic control circuits, and we should be able to make the enrichment chamber now. So we have glass. Should be able to make this guy, no problem. So steel casing and enrichment chamber. Perfect. So this is going to allow us to make the pure crystals. There is a lot of pure crystals. Put it right there. So first thing we need to do is make 4 of the standard ones. Now we can go ahead and make more silicon. This is going to take some time. The advanced inscriber would make this a lot easier because we could put a full stack of items in there. But the downside is it requires Applied Energistics power, which we need the Emmy Controller to make, so or to use at least. So that is a bit of a problem. Now, eventually, we're going to set up a system so that we can automatically make everything we need to self-replicate the system, and that is kind of the idea. The ideal of Applied Energistics is it is a storage system that also allows you to do auto crafting, and when you do auto crafting, you can make it so that it makes itself, basically. So it's a very powerful system. Now one of these and a redstone will make the engineering processor, and with that we can make the controller. Now what is the quest order? What is it actually? Okay, let's just make a controller next. So perfect. So we'll go ahead and make an Emmy controller. Now we'll eventually want to make more of these, but making one for now is good enough. It's just going to allow us to basically get power and work a system. So perfect, perfect, perfect. And we'll go ahead and complete that. Now it's talking about channels and stuff like that. That is the complexity of Applied Energistics, which we'll get to much later. Basically the wires can only handle so many channels, and channels are basically inputs, outputs. If an item is going into the system or coming out of the system, it requires a channel to do so. Things that require channels include the Emmy drives, because items would be transferring, the terminals, which again, interfaces usually, sometimes, actually, I think all the time. But yeah, there's a lot of different things, and it's kind of a weird concept to wrap your head around. But once you understand it, it's relatively simple, but it gets very complex because the Emmy controller only allows for 32 channels per side. And that seems like a lot, but eventually it's not going to be. That's going to be like next to nothing. So we're going to have big multi-block structures of controllers because you can actually connect them. No big deal. And have, you know, hundreds of channels going in each direction for each of our different areas. And have auto crafting for everything we could possibly want, and everything will be good. It's just going to be complex. But with the Emmy Controller, we can start working on that stuff. But first, we do need to make a couple more things. First thing we're going to make is a 1K storage cell. And that is going to require a logic processor, which is gold. So we're going to need one logic processor there. We're going to need 3 gold. So we'll go ahead and just make all of these. And I know we're getting a little bit late on time, but I do want to try to finish this up before ending the episode. And then honestly, I need to just dig out more space. So gold goes in here. This will make logic processors, which we need one for this, along with some redstone and Certus quartz. You use a lot of Certus quartz, for the record. And then we're also going to need later a calculation processor, which requires a pure Certus quartz. But guess what? We can just throw a normal Certus quartz in there, and it will produce a pure one. We don't need any more of those. We do need this. We are probably going to need a little bit more Flux crystals. So, calculation processor is the next thing. So, the right side of the inscriber will stack, if you've not noticed that. But the left side, you can only insert one item at a time. There are ways to automate these inscribers, but if you have the advanced inscribers from AE2 stuff in the mod pack, it's a lot easier. Alright, last thing we need to do is make a calculation processor, and we can go ahead and make this. Do we have some more glass? We do. We have exactly as many as we need. So first thing we need to do is make a storage component. Now, here is the thing that kind of is awful with Applied Energistics. If you want more storage, you need to make more storage components. And to make more, you have to use the previous tier with more ingredients to make the next tier. So it's 3 of the previous with some random ingredients, usually a processor. I think it's always a calculation processor until you get much higher. And then it's like engineering and a logic processor. And then these are also in a different mod. This is extra cells. Typically, you would only be able to make a 64K, which all requires calculation processors. So basically, it gets more expensive to make the higher tier processors. But the neat thing is once you have a storage cell, you can actually pop the component out of that and have just the housing, and then put whatever component you want back in. Don't do that if there's items in it, because you will lose the items. So yeah, good thing to know, but there is those 2 items. And the last thing we're going to make today is a terminal. Now, a crafting terminal is really nice because it allows you to, well, we'll actually look at that later. We'll set up a small system. So let's go ahead and just make it. We're going to need a calculation processor, logic processor, and 2... Oh, I need one more logic processor. Whoops. Logic. So let's go ahead and just do that. I'll go grab another piece of gold, and we can make another logic processor. I forgot we needed a 3rd. We're also going to need this illumination panel. We're going to need more quartz glass. So Certus quartz dust, iron glowstone. Nothing too difficult there. We're also going to need, for these annihilation and formation cores, we're going to need some Flux dust. So we're going to need one more set of... Do I not have any charged quartz on me? One more set of this, and we can grind those up. So let's go ahead and put the nether quartz back. And let's see, pulverizer. We need to pulverize 2 of those. There is that. We can make the logic press, and we're going to need, actually, I think I do need another piece of nether quartz for one of the cores. These annihilation and formation cores is what they're called, are super useful and basically are used in any recipe that destroys or creates items. You always get 2 for like your money, so it's not that bad, but it's still a little annoying. Let's grab both of the Flux dust. Is it actually in order? Okay. So there is the formation cores and then the annihilation cores. So put that stuff away. We're going to need a little bit more quartz glass. So we're going to need to get a little bit of Certus quartz cooked up. And I do need a little bit more glass. So let's go ahead and smelt that up. How many more glass do we need? Just 4. Okay. So that will not take too long. But once we have that, we can set up a little, just kind of very basic system. Nothing major, nothing important. Just example, basically. So, I think we're almost there. And then I really do need to just kind of clean up the base, make it a little bit bigger, dig out some area, and work on kind of planning where things are going to be. So, we should have the Certus quartz. We should be able to make, hopefully we can make everything, the quartz glass, which then is used to make illuminated panels. We need 2 glowstone. The illuminated panels, so we'll probably end up using all of these. In fact, I know we will, but it does make 3 every recipe, which is nice. We can then use the first one to make an Emmy terminal, which we need our circuit, our processor. And then with that, we use the calculation processor and we make a crafting table. And that gives us our Emmy crafting terminal. So that is really, really good. Now what we can do is we can put an Emmy Controller, Emmy Drive, and we might need just a little bit of stuff. So output is on the top. No, output is on the top. So that should start getting power. We can put our drive there, put the storage in there, and I think we can, nope. We do need to have a cable and then our crafting terminal, and we can now put items in there. And so there are 2 items in there. Now these only store 63 different types of items and only so many bytes of data. So there is 2 items. I can then take them out. And the thing with the crafting terminal is it has a crafting bench built in, which is super duper nice, because I can, you know, tell it to make, let's make an iron block. So I can tell it to make iron blocks, and if I have the items in there, it auto refills, so I can make as many as I need. So that is kind of where we're at. Whether we want to use the tall, there's a bunch of different things. But yeah, so that's Applied Energistics. We have a very, 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 very basic setup now. At this point, we need to look and see how feasible it is going to be to start looking at a little bit of auto crafting, just so that we can self-replicate. Now, the big kind of bottleneck that we're going to have, also we need to complete this quest, which gives us more of those. The big bottleneck that we're going to have is quartz. So maybe we go to the nether. That could be a thing we do. This is full of power, FYI. And this is starting to charge up. Awesome. So we have reliable power. Once I figure out how to fix this, we have Applied Energistics available to us, we can just start working towards autocrafting, which revolves around the molecular assembler, which requires more of those formation and annihilation cores, Emmy interface, and patterns, specifically blank patterns and the pattern terminal, which is probably the best thing to use. In fact, I think you have to use the pattern terminal to make any patterns to tell the system how to do things. But yeah, so that's a little bit more complicated, but it's pretty straightforward once you kind of know what you're doing, and it's going to require a lot of areas. So what we might start doing is digging out this area. I do need to kind of figure out what's going to be which direction and start making rooms so that we can work on our base. So that's what I'm going to do between episodes. I'm going to dig out a little bit if I get a chance to. I am actually going on a little bit of a trip, so I won't be able to do too much. But, so I'm not going to be around too much to kind of do things. But, yeah, I will get things done. And, yeah, we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!